If it isn't Dr. Spam. Well. It has been 1 week, I think. Should be 1 week. Since I have a last stream. See, today is Sunday. Yeah, I have returned. I'll probably be streaming on, would I say, consistent schedule. Maybe relatively more consistent schedule. As in only streaming on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And who knows in the weekends. Honestly, drawing illustrations wasn't that bad either. I actually learned a lot from doing them. Hello Kaiji, long time no see. I think maybe a good idea is to set a time limit on the amount of time I spend drawing. So like every single stream in a consistent schedule at least is just gonna be a balance between studies and then applying what we learned in like maybe a 1 or 2 hour drawing study, illustration wise. Still thinking. But for now, in the return stream, I'll just be drawing random stuff and the learning along the way. And slowly but surely get back into the streaming headspace. Hello, Ka, welcome. It's been a while indeed, but I have returned. We're just gonna be drawing and slowly getting back into streaming again. Who I'll be drawing today. No one in specific. I'll just be drawing random stuff. Drawing for the sake of drawing. Hello Ernesto, welcome. They usually, well, you guys, do you usually get a notification when I start stream? Or do you just think, oh wait, it's about that time. Maybe Shuro is streaming right now. Hello Baruch, welcome. Hello Dragon, welcome. Because I feel like a lot of people know about my stream because they're in the Discord server and get the notification there. And sometimes there are people who just know that, oh yeah, wait, it's no, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. And then maybe just check the time and see, oh, maybe he's streaming. Have Discord server? Yeah. Should be in the description. You've never joined the Discord server before? I think it's quite nice to join a Discord server. Hello, Vinyl, welcome. Thank you for the 100 bits. Discord servers can be a good way to interact with people, I think. It depends though on the server. It's a way to make connections, to meet new people. Who knows who you'll meet? A lot of them are dead, but yeah. Yeah, usually. I want to join one of those art clubs from Sona Draw stuff. Do I know them? I don't. Like all you have to do is just go for it. Discord is good for live notifications, I see. I'd say, especially when you're doing any type of thing, right? For example, art, games, music, singing, I don't know, sports, math. Doesn't matter as long as you have a community. It'll make it so you learn faster, you understand things from other people, you learn from other people, and then, just accelerate your learning by quite a bit. Of course, it's not like it's something magical and will instantly fix all your problems. But if you know how to use it, if you know how to navigate, if you know how to communicate, it is definitely something worthwhile. Low playing blues. But the problem is I don't do digital art and I suck at taking pics. Well, it's time for you to learn how to take good pictures by taking more pictures. You have more than Twitch chat over there? What do you mean, OBS layout? Oh, Anatomies, welcome. There's messages on your screen that I'm not seeing in chat? Yeah. So I'm both streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. So the messages are popping up from both Twitch and YouTube. Yeah. Niban R2, welcome. Normally we can't see the chats yet. My whole new family is like really good at taking pics, and it's very sad. And then you can learn. You can grow in taking pictures. Let's see. Rendering wise, guess more muted colors fit better, question mark. If it isn't Rin BT, I do both digital and traditional, and I know what to stay with. Any tips? Honestly, as long as you're drawing, it's fine. Like, it depends on what you want to do. Traditional, I think, for the sake of it being easier, I think digital might be a better option, since you don't have to worry about paper, you don't have to worry about supplies. All you have to do is get yourself a decent tablet and then call it a day. Hello Focus F, welcome. The form principle? In what way do you want to know about the form principle? You mean like shapes? Like, there is nothing wrong with like doing both. I would say if you do both, you have more of an advantage. In the sense of the amount of things you can draw traditionally, at least for me, is if I draw traditionally, I can draw stuff way faster and can see how much I've drawn in like, a couple of hours, because the sketches are right in front of me all the time. When it comes to digital art, I have to zoom out and view like, oh, this is what I've done in 2 hours, like 1 hour. I guess it's more like traditionally you can't erase stuff, so you spend more time on actually drawing rather than refining and erasing stuff. Take care. Hello, Cat Nico. Welcome, welcome. Form principle for life. Guess light can be simple. I haven't studied much on light itself, so I don't know all the terms. But to me, it's like the ability to dictate or help dictate something 3D. So for this cube, the light is coming from the top. It helps you with understanding what an object is or what form an object has. Like, I don't know. Specifics. What is the form principle for light? I think it's just too vague of a question. I think if we specify what we want to learn about light, we can answer it more easy, find solutions easier. Hello, Mohi, welcome. Hello, Kaylin, welcome. Because for light, if you want to know how light interacts with a certain 3D form, shape, how light can indicate a mood or feeling. Emotion is a better word. Your voice is satisfying. Thank you, thank you. Is light just as light? There's nothing really to it. In light stick. All depends on what you want to do with light. Do you want to set a certain mood? Do you want to give people a certain feeling? Just want to understand how light falls upon a certain form or interact with something. Yeah. Like if you just want to know how light interacts with something, you just do studies on we just find references and copy them and see how the light interacts with the object. And once you understand the basics of how light interacts with something, you can try to apply, well, maybe a certain feeling, a certain emotion with the lighting, and see what it gives. Why is your UI so small? My CSV UI is so fat, it takes like 50% of my screen. Is it? My UI looks like this. On the screen, you probably don't see these two windows. What you will see is this, right? So I guess sometimes it can be a little cramped. Will the lights wrap around here? Yeah, usually. Thank you for the 150 bits, Cat Nico. How do I know if my art is getting better when I draw? When you compare your art with, you know, the art from yesterday, or the art from a week ago, or the art from a year ago, and then be able to tell the differences between those two. I guess in a way, as long as you're drawing, you are improving. To see progress, well, there's a couple of ways to make it easier. Can measure. For example, you know, draw time. Time spent drawing. like a simple way to see if you're improving or not. Measuring. All depends on the goals you set or questions you ask yourself. You can improve by just drawing a lot, but usually by asking questions of what are my weak points and working on them is a somewhat better way of drawing. It's revealing. First you draw, or well, you have a goal in mind or a specific thing. For example, drawing the hair. Getting better at drawing hair. And I would say this is a good start, but we can be more specific. So go into more specific question of what do you mean by getting better at drawing hair? I finally achieved peace, LA peace. Yeah, getting better at drawing hair. Be just like a little bit more specific question can be, you know, what shapes do people use for drawing hair? Or, you know, maybe it's rendering the hair. What colors? Or maybe techniques do people use to render hair? Hello Z018 illustration, welcome. I notice when it comes to my attempt at drawing that I usually can't focus long term easily. It doesn't help when I get further along, such as when I begin to render. That's fair. I think then usually and just like, what do you want to do with the piece? Because I have those times as well where I'm like, oh, I don't know what direction I want to go with this, so we're just balling. Are you better at digital art or pencil and paper? I think for now, digital art, I haven't really drawn a lot of traditional, so I can't really compare. But I think the skills transfer, so it doesn't really matter whether I'm drawing on traditional or digital. I want to show you my latest switch. You can send it over in Discord, maybe in the artwork channel perhaps, and then see what I can do. Hello Nori, welcome. Lokumo to Kawa, welcome. Is that your OC, your drawing? Most of these are just references that I drew. Most of these are from references, except this. This is OC. This is also just a reference, and then just trying different stuff out. Saw the Mew you drew in the small art carousel. You have art at the bottom. Is there a determinative factor between moe and girls having large sneakers? Anything oversized is just good, I think. Adorable. Okay, wait, let's do a comparison between my first piece and my last piece of the 100-day challenge, even though I only completed like 30 days, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So for the first day, it was this Tendo K from Blue Archive. Honestly, I think I didn't really do a bad job, but there's definitely stuff I could have improved quite a bit. But at that time, I didn't know better. I didn't know how to improve. This was the best I could do at that time, which is still pretty decent. And then the last one, the 30 days one, was this Manhattan series. I think maybe a different Manhattan is probably better. But I think there's definitely been improvements, especially in just the drawing aspect, the rendering aspect. I'll get to your whip in about 5 seconds. And I think all in all, improvements have been made, especially for day 1 and then day 23. Welcome in, Raiders. Hello, Moon. How was Tari? Oversized means you emphasize it. You must have big feet, therefore subconsciously I deduce you like their feet. Is that really what we're doing now? Psychoanalyzing my artwork into what I like? How's arting? Arting is going well. Currently we're just checking out my day 1 and day 23 and day 30 of the challenge. and I'll be, helping Z01A illustration, and giving a little bit of feedback and or any critique I can on their current whip. The gift of Manhattan Cafe having her toes curl has gone unpopular on X recently. There is a non-zero chance you have seen this gift based on the amount of artwork you've drawn of Manhattan. I can tell you I have not seen this gift. And I don't know if I do want to see this gift. So Daven, I don't know. Welcome. But yeah, art tags, please. Art tags. In the meantime, I'll be going over this. Whip. Is 01 still here? I think the first thing you need to do is ask specific questions on what you want to improve in this whip, That way the person you are asking and for yourself, it's more clear as to what you want to improve rather than, just generally having something you want to improve. Hello, Fu, welcome. 100% Fu, 100%. Hello, Fifar, welcome. But if you don't have any specific questions, generally, I think you're just doing head rotations now, right? Let's improve on the body. Let's put this in. Never drawn past a leg before. Yeah, it can be tough. It can definitely be tough. Let's see, what can you focus on? Hello, Nabdulu, welcome. I think at first it's just better to simplify stuff, especially when drawing the body. Like looking just at these three, they're not too bad. You're trying to understand how each of the elements of the face, like the eyes, the mouth, works in a certain angle. Trying to tilt, trying to understand what's going on. If I were to redraw, simply, especially when it comes to angles, You have your front angle here, side angle. These are very simple. Treat the body based on 3D character. That's fine. All depends on what you want to learn. Base wise, right now, boxes are a very good way to proportion the face. Aga. So in the beginning, I would just focus on one thing. If you already understand how or like what direction the head is going into, the body is going to be way easier to draw. Because you already know the direction that it's supposed to go in. Or a totem of dying. Like, I think right now you just need to keep it simple, not really worry about all the details that come with bodies. Even just boxes are good. Like in the beginning, yes, boxes can be boring, but they will help tremendously with everything. Like, not only are they helpful to figure out what perspective something is in. Hello Chanel, welcome, welcome. They help with proportions, they help with perspective, direction. They help with measuring where something needs to be. And then eventually, you know, once you understand the shapes of things better, you can stylize, you can play around with stuff more, and not have to rely on boxes that much. Can I ask advice on one of my best pieces in the description? Yeah. I think somebody else asked another question first. Let me check. Something about rendering would be. Yeah, by VTCO man. CEO man. Question while drawing. When at the beginning stage of rendering, what do you do when you have analysis paralysis? I notice in the beginning there's too much and I freeze because I can't tell if I'm focusing too much on detail or I'm getting shapes wrong. I've taken it upon myself to more or less break the piece down into sections like a grid and I work on each one. But I worry my idea is going to make my artwork look incongruent. So for me, when it comes to drawing, the rendering process, so for example, right now, my rendering process would consist of a couple of steps. So for example, this is the sketch. I make a new layer, or well, I make a layer for the skin. Skin color. Then 2 layers above that, you have the, say, blush, like the general feel, eye. And then 3 more layers on top, you have the clothing, and on top you have the hair, and then the 3rd layer is accessories and or, you know, whatever. Let's see, rendering. I think the definition of rendering can differ, especially depending on the person. For me, rendering... What is rendering to me? It's a good question to ask. What is rendering? Like, to me, I think what I'm doing right now is just the foundation. So the initial steps before the rendering stage. I think for me, rendering is polishing. Adding more details. And having a place where people want to focus. Focal point. So, for example, for me, the foundation can look like, let me check, this is a good color, I think so. You can if you want to. For me right now, usually I just color in all the parts that are skin like this. Very rough. And then go to closing. And usually I choose colors that, blend in with or have the same values as the skin, in a way. Yeah, you can dump it in artwork. Multiply layer. I don't use it myself often, but I know a couple of tricks when it comes to multiply. Usually for multiply, for example, if I were to multiply right now, and this is the skin color, I think you can just color pick the skin color, multiply it, and then you should have a pretty good color to start out with. Usually think going with a blue definitely help. I don't really use it that much. You do the base color at the same layer. Right now I have a color for, or a layer for skin color, then a layer for clothing, which I'm doing right now. And the colors I'm choosing are also colors that work well together, because I just prefer being able to rely on knowing what colors work together and what colors don't work together, or that are in the same value space, so later on I can just go over do simple rendering, simple lighting. Yes, my method is more reliant on knowing what colors work together than on relying on blending modes and stuff. It all depends on what you want to do with your art. So I guess this is it. This is what you can call the foundation, the base. Is there a specific order that I should do the base color? It all depends on what you want to do. Like, I figured out this work process, I guess you could call it, by just experimenting and seeing what works for me and what doesn't. And all of it obviously takes a little bit of experimenting and figuring out, but in the end, it's worth it. Now, usually once the base color is in here, I just focus on the eye. And usually the eye color matches with Now the skin color. Or the value of the skin color. What it sounds like, I'm doing fine, but I'm just freaking out for no reason. Yeah. Like, don't be afraid of erasing and experimenting. Like, even if a piece doesn't look finished, or, you know, doesn't turn out the way you want it to turn out, as long as you learn something from it, it doesn't matter. Wait just a moment. The rendering process, or the process itself, is all determined on you, what you want to do with the art. How simple, how difficult you want it to look like, and like how complex you want it to look like. All depends on what you want to do. With your art. Right, so let's see. Discord. What specifically do you want advice on? This is something definitely that will help you a lot, is by asking questions that are specific rather than, can I get details on, or like, can I get feedback on this? Make it as easy as possible for someone to answer your question. And what about the details? What details? Specific on the clothes? Like the frills and stuff, the ribbons? Holes and stuff? Let's see, clothing. It comes to clothing like this. It's all about shapes. End of the day, everything is about shapes. Usually what I would do is draw everything big first, or look at the big shapes. So for example, in this case, I would look like what kind of shape this is. Thinking about how it wraps around the neck. And here indicate well, this is a good indication. Let's say these two. And this is also a good indication. Especially for a type of clothing when it comes to frills and folds. see, folds wise. I think you need to lower the music volume or raise your voice volume. I see. YouTube music is that loud? Folds-wise is also about shapes. Usually I would draw everything as a one big shape first. You can see this is very rough. But once the big shapes are in place, and start working out on the details. When it comes to folds, I think what's important is this Y shape. Hello, Duffids, welcome. You'll see this Y shape appear in a lot of shapes that overlap with each other. For example, here, this is a good example. You know, the Y shape. Because this indicates and gives a sense of 3D form. And even without all the details, can still tell supposed to be a fold. Like details wise, especially when it comes to frills. As long as you understand the pattern, it's fine. Like for example, what I'm doing here right now is very simple. Because it's turning, or like, you know, if you're looking at it from the side, these things overlap, and then once it gets more in the front, I don't really, you know, show much of these lines, even though you can. But even this is just enough context for the viewer to realize, oh yeah, this is like a frilly thing. You're already providing enough information for the viewer to realize, oh wait, and that's the advice I would give if you want to specifically learn how to draw more of the, you know, detail stuff. But fundamentally, I would say I'd suggest you study on other stuff rather than study the, you know, the details. Because to me, if the foundation is bad, no amount of decorating will make something good. When it comes to material, it's all about how you're shading the particular thing. Hello, I'm Tombstone, welcome. Yeah, I would say, you know, you can study frills, the clothing, whatever. You know, if you find it fun, you find it fun. If you want to study it, you want to study it. But if we're speaking in terms of, you know, getting better at drawing or improving, the foundation definitely helps with the drawing aspect. Alright, let's see. Do I have this saved? Do. Let's save this. Let's see. Think I might call it here for today. And then stream again on Tuesday. I'll probably be continuing the 100-day challenge, but maybe setting a time limit on the drawings and having a set goal of what I want to achieve. Because I think studying, making a piece every single day, it's nice, you learn a lot. But I think a good balance between studying and making a piece is necessary. Yeah, Otsushiro will be reading into... No way! That's crazy. There you go. Okay, let's see. And what? We can't. We can't. We can't raid into Fu because they disabled it. Oh well, oh well. Otsushiro. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Until next stream. Bye bye.